Welcome. It's that time. It's the Coffee Break Show. It's Wednesday. I'm so glad you're with us. And it's time to hear the music. Let's start. Hey, welcome to the show today. I'm so excited that you're here. It is our Wednesday Coffee Break Show day. I'm so glad that you are with us today. We have a powerful topic. We're going to talk about some of the secrets to transformation, to getting and living a life you love. And I want to welcome you to this show today. And I am going to, hey, nice to see you on. We got people bopping on already. Nice to see you, Jan. Great to see you here, Robin. Nice to see you on board. Put your name down below and become part of the conversation today. I want to talk about some of the secrets that are about transformation. I mean, everybody wants to be able to transform their life, and they want to be able to have a life they want, or they want things to be different, or when you're stressed out about something. So I want to give you a couple of personal stories so that you know I'm not just some joker talking about transformation, but how it is that you can bend reality. And here's the thing, most people don't know or think that they have the ability to bend reality. And what does that mean? That means we're born with the ability to transform. We're born that way. Isn't that how you got here? And I want to be so basic about it and powerful, but at one point you were just a sperm inside an egg, and that transformation happened. That transformation to now you're in this human form, from that sperm to the egg to this human form. That transformation happened without your brain going, oh, by the way, this is how you do it. This is when you do it. This is what you do. Okay, cells, cue the cells. Okay. There was no brain involved in the development of you. No brain. In fact, your cells developed the brain that you have right now. There is some other intelligence that exists in transformation. And when that intelligence is ignited, it created the you that you are right now. That's the type of bending reality that I want to talk about today. I want to talk about transformation on the level of not something you just think about. You were created with intention. You, as you in your personality right now, whether it's Robin or Jan or Paul or Cindy or whoever you are, the intention of you was created before you created it. And that means there's another form of intelligence out there that can help you change your reality. Change your reality from being a zygote and a sperm to being an egg to being born, and the actions it took to create you. So, shape shifting or bending reality or transforming your life has a lot more to do with your inner self than your outer self. Your outer self, that thinking mind and the thing that walks around in the world today, those are all great tools. Those are all great things to have. Transformation comes from a decision on the inside. But that decision isn't always your personality. It comes from the decision makers that are on the inside of you, i.e., you as soul. You as a soul are a decision maker. And the divinity within you has a lot to do with transformation. So I want to talk about 3 ways that you can transform your life and have the kind of life you want. One is, the first thing I want to say to everyone is that everyone has the power to transform. Everyone does. Everyone can transform their life, transform their personality, transform their concepts, their point of view. And every time you transform one of those, suddenly your life begins to shift. You suddenly go from what you used to be to this new thing here. But the first thing you have to know about making that transformation is that you have to let go of the reality that you have right now. And sometimes that part of the transformation can seem risky. You mean, Are you telling me, Vickie, that I have to let go of absolutely everything? No, you have to let go of the concept of who you are now. Just let go of it. That part of you that says, I can only be this or I'm not good enough, you have to be willing to let go of who you think you are. So that, and I want you to think with quotations. You have to be willing to let go of the reality and the concept that you have of yourself right now in order for you to transform. So I want to give you a simple, tool with that. It's like one day you're a smoker and you quit smoking, you become a non-smoker, right? So you're in the non-smoker category. Can you see how you went from here to here? The actions you took to become a non-smoker or a non-drinker or whatever it is, that's transformation. It's bending your current reality into the reality you want. You're bending your reality from I am a smoker all the time to I am a non smoker. That bending reality has more to do with your intention, your consistency, your determination, and than anything else that your brain can think of. Because if you let your brain think, it'll be like, oh, that morning cigarette with that coffee, oh, it's so great. And so what happens is you have to understand that the first thing is that you have the power to transform. Most people want to think they don't. They have this victim mentality about, well, I guess I'm stuck with this. I guess this is how my life is going to unfold. But the beauty and the power you have of being able to transform that's the superhuman power. That beauty of you transforming, that's how you got here. You had to be the fastest swimmer to that egg. You had to be the hardest, fastest, most determined sperm to that egg in order to even transform into this human existence that you are right now. So you have within you that power. You've just forgotten it because you've let your mind tell you it's not there. So the first thing you have to do is know that you have the power. The second thing you have to do is have clarity. Like when you quit smoking, you're like, hi, I'm really clear. I do not want to smoke anymore. Full stop. I want to become a non smoker. There's no question. It's this and this. That's how much clarity is there. When there is clarity, there is absolute definition. There is absolute, you can then access the potential and bend your reality from this to this. If you are not clear, then your intention isn't clear. And when your intention isn't clear, the transformation struggles to happen. And sometimes we go back. So, one, you have to know that you have the power. Two, you have to be super clear on what you want to transfer. Hey, I just want to say hi to everybody popping on. Hey, MJ, nice to see you on. She's like, good morning, everybody. And Mr. Ambassador is here today. I've been enjoying those pictures of you. I love this one right here. It's a wacky Wednesday. Thank you for being here. You are looking good, Miss Vickie. Oh my God, you just know what to say to people. Keep on doing what you're doing. Love the transformation. I told you I was going to do this in front of you all, that you were just going to be able to see it and notice it yourself, because transformation is different from change, and it is the most powerful thing that you can do. So one of the things that we want to be clear about is the actual transformation you want to have happen. You have to know you have the power. You have to be super, super clear on it. And you have to know that all potentials are open to you. All potentials are open to you. The third thing that you have to understand is that you are unconditional. And what does that mean? What do I even mean? What does that mean to be unconditional? That means you, just like you evolved from that sperm and the egg into the human you are right now, you still have the ability to evolve. And that evolution that is unconditional. You can be whatever your heart and soul think about all day long. Whatever your heart and soul think about all day long, that's what's going to manifest, right? You have this ability to manifest and bend reality. That's the superpower. Most people don't think, oh, I can bend reality. They think only magicians bend reality. But that's not true. Every human being has the ability to bend reality the way they want. Now, let's say you are in a hellish reality right now, maybe a sickness, maybe a really bad relationship, or you don't know what's going on. And you feel all that stress and all that panic inside, or you can't sleep at night because you don't know where the next thing is, or you don't know what to do, or you don't know. The first thing you're doing to bend that reality differently, just the first thing is stop saying, I don't know. Start saying, I know, and the answer is coming to me. Part of bending reality is commanding your reality in such a way that when things happen, that you can start talking to it and know that you have these superpowers. It's kind of like when you're hungry, you know how to cook, you go cook. When you're hungry, if you have some money and you want to go out and get something to eat, you go get something to eat. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because you know the solution. You already know the solution. But just imagine if you didn't know the solution. You'd just be hungry. You get this horrible feeling in your stomach, and you'd be like dizzy in your head. You don't know what's going on. You just have this feeling, and the feelings stay there and they stay there and they stay there. And you don't identify them as I'm hungry, feed myself. You're just in this constant state of hunger. But since you already know, somebody taught you this is food, this is how you eat, don't overeat, here's what's good for you. Here's the, things you can get at the store. These are how you cook it, etc. You have the ability to transform ingredients into food. So you know how to do that. Well, that's just how transformation works. It's a level of knowing how to shift from, to move from, and to become something other than what you are right now. When you say, I don't know, or I know, or I'm getting the answer to, your brain stops everything and goes to your command. If you say, I'm waiting for the answer to arrive, or the answer is arriving right now, I'm seeing my way through it, or yes, I can see this problem being solved. So I want to give you an example of that. Yesterday, you guys know that I want to ride across America on my bikes, and we ordered some bikes last May, last long time ago, and they're still not here yet. And because there's been flooding all over the world, and because there's been all sorts of things, our supply chains are completely blocked. So computers are down, there's shortages of cars, everything, there's shortages happening. So they're telling me, well, maybe your bike won't be here till next July of 2022. And I was like, yeah, no. So I got off the phone and I went inside myself and I asked the question, where is my bike? Where's my bike? I want my bike within this amount of time. Where is it? And so I waited for the answer to happen to me. And because I demanded it of myself, it showed up. And so what ended up happening was I got on the phone, and yes, I made a lot of calls. I probably called 50 places, but I found 2 bikes that are arriving here in 2 weeks, because there was part of me that trusted and knew how to follow the transformation that's happening inside. So you can bend the reality in such a way as to pay attention to the messages coming to you and the messages you're giving out. Your brain is going to be a receiver or an obstacle. Your brain is going to help you either achieve or help you not break through. You either have the breakthrough or you don't. That's the 2 options with your brain. If you tell it what to do, it will follow suit. It will do what you tell it to do. I just want to tell you, this person here, I love you, Karen. I got your message today. I love you. And that's all I have to say about that. I miss you. And I want to talk to you soon on the phone as soon as we can. This melted my heart. I'm glad you're here with us today. So anyway, crazy world, we've gone back 100 years in accessibility and supplies. That's really true. We have a lot of stuff that's not going to be there. But you know how people say that some people have ingenuity? And ingenuity is the ability to see things differently, or perhaps use something differently, and take an action in towards a different outcome with something. This ingenuity is part of the ability to transform. Your own ingenuity, how you look at life, your perspective on life, what you will for yourself, that is part of ingenuity, the ability to look at something and say, okay, so this isn't going to happen. And we don't stop and have an emotional break, but fall it down. Oh my gosh, this isn't going to happen. And and so all of that stuff that happens, if you take yourself down that road, you're not commanding your own superpowers. Transformation is a human superpower. You have it. And it requires that you don't let it just sit there and atrophy. You use it, and you involve yourself in it. So the third thing here is action. Action is always needed. So I could feel my bikes there, but if I stopped at bike shop number 20, hey, do you have these two bikes? And they were like, no. And I was like, God, nobody has this bike. And I slammed down the phone. I just peeled into my transformation. I must have not called the right store. So I want to tell you what I did instead of dialing for bikes and bikes and bikes and bikes. What I did was I stopped and I felt in, and I was like, where are the bikes? And I want to let you know that that's the thing. What store has the bikes? And I scrolled down the list and scrolled down the list and scrolled down the list until I got a hit in my soul. Call this place. Call it now. Call this place. So the thing with transformation is there is something leading you with you, not you leading you, but leading with you. I call that something the divine. Some people call it source. Whatever that is, it's leading the charge with you. That's so important to understand, because a lot of times we forget to ask the person who's with us for more information or maybe a little help. But when you access you, it's not you have to be a rock or an island by yourself. It's like, okay, that guidance that you have inside, what bike shop is it? And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The you inside of you doesn't use words. It's not doing like we're doing right now. Like, hey, let's talk to each other. How are you? Blah, blah, blah. Let's talk to each other. That's not what it does. This divinity is silent. It sends you kind of a thought bubble, a thought bubble where the whole thing is all together all at once, and it gives it to you all at once, not one word at a time. It gives you one word at a time, all in one knowingness. And when you get that knowingness, that's part of your transformation. So when you get a feeling like, I see the name of this, I guess it must be that. I guess it must be that. You guys get those hunches, those intuitions. Turn right here. Go to that store in there. Go to this. That's the person who's talking with you. This person and you want the same thing. It's not separate. It's not different. You want the same thing. What answer is there? In this transformation, hang on, I got to get a sip of coffee here. I love my coffee. I hope you guys are enjoying your coffee as well. So transformation is going to be something the world's going through right now. And wherever you are, when you get the opportunity to bend your reality, you have to know, one, that you have the ability. That's your human power. I love this. Yes. That feeling inside you is telling you what is right. It's telling you what your next best move is. It's telling you the actual way it wants you to go. That gut feeling, that's transformation. And transformation is different than change. And I want to talk about that right now, because people are like, change. Change is not transformation. Change can happen just like that, happens on a dime. Hey, I love you, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. This transformation isn't something that happens on a dime. It happens by your command. Change, it can happen any moment, anytime, any place, anywhere. It can be painful or it can be positive. Most often, change is painful. It can throw you a curveball like you wouldn't believe. Change can be painful. Transformation is the cooperation between your inner self and the divine. The transformation is you deciding to use your inner abilities to shapeshift, to bend reality, to create something new. And change, the transformation is the cooperation between you and this ability. That's what transformation is. Change is like you could be walking down the street and there goes change. It slaps you upside the head. Transformation is done with intention. The difference between change and transformation is that transformation has intention with it. Your intention, transformation says, I'm a smoker. I want to be a non-smoker. That's transformation. So change is, I have to stop smoking right now because I have lung cancer. That's change. Transformation is the willingness between you and your divinity to shift something in your world about you. And it's vastly different. And it's way more important to actively understand how you can bend your reality. The first things first, though, we want to go back to whatever that reality is. You have to be willing to let go of the concept of who you are right now. The concept of who you're becoming is what you have to take on. You let go of the concept of who you are now, which is I'm a smoker, and you take on the concept of I'm a non-smoker right now, in the moment, even through the pain of it. So what you do when you transform is you say, I'm going to bring the future and I'm going to bring it into reality right now. I am going to stop being a smoker and act like, live like, be like a non-smoker until it overtakes me and I am comfortably, easily a non-smoker. So the first time you do it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is a transformation where you feel this addiction, where you feel this part of you shaking like, oh God, I need a patch. Somebody give me a patch. But you bring that reality. It doesn't mean when you transform it's suddenly comfortable. It's not simply easy. Transformation is that consistent move, that consistent action towards it. But you bring what you want into the reality of now, right now. So I want to ride my bike across America. I can't eat the way I did in the past. I have to eat like an athlete would eat. I have to train like an athlete would train. I have to figure out how to be that now and let myself get stronger and stronger and stronger into that vision so that I can bend reality. That means I have to let go of who I think I currently am, or the stories I tell myself about what I have to let go of my current reality in order to allow a new reality to be here, in order to receive it. You guys, I just see you all here and I just want to oh my gosh, there's so many of you. Let's see. Made it. Hey, Karen. I can change. I can change my pants. I can change my content. I transform within. That's right. This is it right there, Robert. That was beautifully said. Hey, Deborah, how nice to see you. Change can be simply changing your clothes. Transformation is much bigger than that. You got that right for sure. Let's see. Happy Wednesday, MJ. That's what we got there. And let's see. Facebook user, I'm not sure who this. The only thing that does not change is change. Life will change always. That is absolutely for sure. Somebody tell me who that is. Let's see. Transformation is done with intention. That's spot on. Love it. That's right. Transformation is intention. Change can happen just like that. It happens. It can, and you have no choice sometimes in the change. It just happens and you're like, oops. It's a choice. I'm not sure who this is, but thank you. I got chills. put a blanket around you. Let's see. Hi there, Ken. Hey, maybe that's Ken MacArthur. Congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. Talk about master of change. This guy is really, he's got it going on. Thank you. The change is a sprint. Transformation is a journey. Yes. Change is a sprint and transformation is a journey of intention. Thank you. Good morning. Let's see. That is a big step to achieving your objectives. Yes. Uh, I like this. Change is short term. Transformation is long term. Transformation is the completion of a intended consequence that you wanted. Transformation, there is no short-term or long-term transformation. Transformation is of evolution. I went from this to this. Transformation is evolution, and it is very long-term. It is complete and utter evolution of something. I was this and now I'm that. Let's see. I just said that to someone last night. Confirmation that the path is lit up. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Good to see you, Robert. It's always good to see you, Karen. Glindo, thank you for this. This is Glinda. Nice to see you. I'm so happy for you. I haven't seen you in a long time, Glinda. Nice to have you on with us today. Let's see. Thankful on lunch hour there are here at TX Dot. Well, I'm glad that you are having lunch hour with me. This is very nice. So today what I want to leave you with is that transformation, the ability to transform your life, is literally at your fingertips. It's a superhuman power. It's done with intentions, it's done with clarity, it's done with action, but it is your birthright. And the truth is, transformation is something that we are heavily in right now. The whole world is transforming. The thing is, can you let go of the concept you had of yourself in the past world and find out who you are in this new world? Can we find out what it is inside of us that helps us bend reality? Because that's what's happening right now. We're bending from this past reality into this new reality. And the truth is, once you master your transformation, you will have mastered one of the most powerful tools you have to move from an ordinary life to an extraordinary life. That's the key. That's the ticket. Having that there. Hey, Ross, nice to see you on. I just want to imagine a game of Jenga. Yes, imagine a game of Jenga. The smoking is the bottom piece, while removing this, all the other actions which are built upon it and begin to wobble. The wobbling feels like fear and anxiety. That's true. It'll cause you. It is only in the mind and it is not real. Thank you very much for that. I get it. Imagine a game of Jenga. The smoking is the bottom piece, while removing this, all the other actions which are built upon it and begin to wobble. And that wobble feels like fear and anxiety. It is only in the mind. It's not real. Thank you for that. The mind isn't always happy with change and transformation. Ross is always, as always, masterful. Yes, that is it. So what I want to leave you with today is that we are going to be moving through some changes. You want to let go of the concept of who you think you are right now and design a concept of who you are. Who are you in the most empowered state? What do you want? Get clear about that. You have to be so clear. I smoke. I don't want to smoke. I want to be a non-smoker. You have to talk about what you're becoming. You have to stay within the evolution of that. Transformation is an evolution of consciousness. And when you realize that you have that ability and you start using it over and over and over to become and become and become, you will find that you can become more awake, become more happy, become more spiritual, become more wealthy, become more healthy, continue becoming. That's your birthright. That's your power. Don't ever lose it. And I just want to tell you one more thing because I love you all so much. Nobody, but nobody gets out of here without listening to the music. I'll see you next Wednesday. Remember, transform your life into something great. Mwah!